Today on Vallo News, hitting the road. A record number of Americans are preparing to travel for Thanksgiving. We talk with students about their holiday travel plans.
And the best in Alabama, UM's theater department receives top honors in new college rankings. Plus, we'll give you a behind-the-scenes look at the costumes for theater's current production of Alice by Heart.
I plan on decorating very soon, and I might make my house into like a gingerbread house.
It's not right. You have to give Thanksgiving its due respect.
Tis the season, or tis too soon. We take a look at the debate about when to start decorating for Christmas, why some medical experts say you should go ahead and deck the halls. Vallo News starts right now.
Hello and welcome to Vallo News. I'm Cameron Short.
And I'm Meg Wallace. Thanks so much for watching. We begin with developing news out of Washington. Both the House and Senate passed a bipartisan bill Tuesday forcing the Justice Department to release all of its case files tied to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
The next step for the Epstein bill is a signature from President Trump. He's previously said he would sign it if Congress passed it, but as of today's showtime, he has not committed to when. Airlines are back to a normal schedule across the U.S.
Monday, the FAA lifted flight restrictions that affected 40 major airports during the government shutdown. Even as flights return to normal, experts say passengers should still check airline apps for delays or cancellations, especially as we head into the Thanksgiving travel season. According to the TSA, Thanksgiving is the busiest air travel period of the year.
And airports won't be the only place filled with travelers next week. Roads, trains, and buses are expected to be busier than ever. AAA predicts nearly 82 million people will travel at least 50 miles from home during the extended Thanksgiving holiday. That's 1.6 million more travelers compared to last Thanksgiving, setting a new record. UM students are preparing to travel during next week's Thanksgiving break. I hit the bricks to find out more about their Thanksgiving plans.
We're making a big feast. My family doesn't live very far, they're just in Alabaster. And we're going to play a bunch of games and watch a bunch of Christmas movies.
So for my Thanksgiving plans, I'm going home first, which is about 45 minutes from here. And on Thanksgiving Day, we're going to have dinner at my dad's house. So it'll be me, my dad, and my stepmom, and a bunch of siblings. And then we'll also travel to Hoover, which is 30 minutes from our house, and go hang out with our grandparents and spend the day with them too.
I am going home for the break. I live in Homewood, which is right outside Birmingham. My family plans to do nothing, which I'm so excited about. Typically we have family and friends come over, but this year we're not. We're just going to like really chill. My aunt is coming over though, and we're going to make food, and I think we're making spinach balls, which I'm really excited about. I'm going to watch the Thanksgiving Day Parade. I love doing that. It's one of my favorite traditions.
Remember, UM's Thanksgiving break starts next Wednesday. Turning to campus headlines, earlier this semester, Niche ranked the University of Montevallo the best college for English majors in Alabama.
This week, ascended to the top of the college rankings for 2 more departments. In Niche's rankings for performing arts, UM's theater program is #1 in the state. Meanwhile, UM's art department came in #2 out of all the art programs across Alabama. Those rankings are based on program statistics from the U.S. Department of Education, as well as student and alumni reviews. You can learn more about the departments at their Instagram pages on your screen. The theater department's production of Alice by Heart debuted last week, and the play's themes about dealing with loss and grief hit close to home for costume designer Kyle Everett. But he's using his personal heartbreak as inspiration for his creative work. VVN reporter Santos has our story.
The chair asked me about it and gave me some time to think about it, and I think it's an interesting piece. And actually, given the events of the past year of my life, it became something that I was more interested in. My husband passed in February, and the piece deals with grief and coming to terms with loss, unavoidable loss. And those themes, while difficult to grapple with in the wake of his passing, really spoke to me as far as something I wanted to really examine artistically. Costumes are so important to a story. They set you in time. They ground you in the reality that you're trying to create. They evoke moods. They can tell you so much about a character. How many times have you seen somebody walking down the street and you know who they are by what they're wearing or your assumptions? Maybe you're wrong, but that's what we try to do as costume designers, is convey who is this person instantaneously from that look. I always try to couch it in these terms to people when they ask, why is it so difficult? When is the last time you decided every single garment a person was wearing? Think about your child if you have children. You probably did some of that. Now do it times 15 or times 20. I think the most challenging part has been figuring out the Red Cross nurse / Queen of Hearts. She has some changes back and forth between those two characters, and I wanted the Queen to be an exaggerated version of what this Red Cross nurse was. She's sort of a mean, stern nurse, and she's an even worse queen. And I had to really figure out, how do we take this 1940s World War II nurse uniform and make it sort of regal? It is a wonderfully moving piece.
Tickets are still available for Alice by Heart. You can purchase them online at montevallotickets.universitytickets.com. Voting for the Broadway World Birmingham Awards is now open. Several Montevallo students, faculty, and productions are nominated across the multiple categories you can see on your screen. The university is even up for a nomination for Best Local Theater. Voting is open through December 31st. To cast your vote, visit broadwayworld.com/Birmingham.
Gold and Purple Side will be holding cast auditions for the upcoming College Night show this Sunday. The Golds will have their auditions in Palmer Auditorium at 7 p.m., while Purple Side will have theirs in Davis Hall at 7:30. For more information about their requirements and tips on preparation, visit the Instagrams you see on your screen.
Tuition is going to be due a bit earlier than usual for the spring 2026 semester. Payments are typically due on the first day of the term. Now students must pay tuition for the spring in full or have signed up for a payment plan by December 28th. Remember that payment plans for the fall term won't roll over for the spring, so you must re-enroll prior to the deadline to avoid being dropped for non-payment. For more information, contact the Office of Student Accounts.
With Thanksgiving fast approaching, the Department of Communication hosted its annual Friendsgiving to celebrate the holiday. VVN's Preston Bennett talked with faculty and staff to find out how the event created a sense of community.
On Thursday, November 13th, the University of Montevallo's Department of Communication hosted Friendsgiving on campus in Strong Hall. Students and faculty enjoyed a meal and desserts provided by faculty of both the Mass Communication Program and Communication Studies Program. Dr. Bruce Finkley, a professor in the Mass Communication Department, said he was really glad to see the mix of faculty, students, and alumni who came.
I think, it's been a hectic semester, and so it was nice just to have an evening where we got to relax, enjoy some food, and just really each other's company, just having casual conversation. It was really, really nice.
Another faculty member who attended was Savannah Grace, who works in the office of Strong Hall. She said it's so much fun to get the department together. She also said having alumni come back is awesome to see.
It just really goes to show that what we really built here is a community that people feel home at.
Dr. Finkley said they always talk about the Montevallo family and how Friendsgiving speaks to the fact they are one.
Once you leave the bricks, your time at Montevallo, your link to Montevallo isn't over. You can always come back home. And so that was a great thing for tonight.
As you can see right here behind me, there's still plenty of Thanksgiving spirit here in Montevallo, and we are wishing you a happy Thanksgiving. For Vallo Vision News, I'm Preston Bennett.
If you're craving a festive meal, the CAF is holding a Thanksgiving lunch on Thursday in the Anna Irving Banquet Hall from 11 in the morning to 2 in the afternoon. Stop by to enjoy traditional Thanksgiving food and desserts. Remember, there's always more news 24/7 on our social media pages. Just search for Vallo Vision News on Instagram, Facebook, and X.
Still ahead on Vallo Vision News, how Black Panther icon Chadwick Boseman is being honored for his contribution to the entertainment industry.
Plus, how tariffs might affect your family's holiday meal. We'll be right back. Welcome back. In today's consumer headlines, high grocery prices and tariffs could spoil your Thanksgiving menu this year.
That's because the cost of some key holiday staples are up. Rising costs come as many people are already struggling to afford food. Jen Sullivan has our story.
Outside the King Center in Atlanta, long lines of cars as people wait for free food to be handed out at this Thanksgiving food drive.
This is going to make a tremendous difference.
Miss Williams works part-time, but she says it's not enough to put food on her table. And it's not just Thanksgiving she worries about.
It's every day. It's tonight. I need dinner for tonight.
Her story is like so many others as the cost of food continues to rise.
We've seen an increased need. We've seen seniors coming that need assistance. We've seen families.
The government shutdown put a strain on already busy food banks, with millions of food stamp recipients not receiving assistance through the federally funded Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program known as SNAP, and hundreds of thousands of federal workers not getting paid. But rising food costs are making groceries more expensive for everyone.
But for many families, they're still struggling to put food on their table and keep that roof over their heads.
Average grocery prices are up nearly 3% from last September, according to the latest Consumer Price Index report. Prices for key Thanksgiving staples like potatoes, meats, fresh vegetables, and bakery products are all up. And tariffs have caused the price of many imported items like wine to jump. One wine store says prices are 5 to 12% higher this year. There is some good news. On Friday, President Donald Trump signed an executive order that retroactively lowered tariffs on beef, tomatoes, coffee, and bananas, as well as other products coming from agricultural imports. I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
Starbucks is out with a new holiday beverage, but you can only get it at Target. The frozen peppermint hot chocolate is available exclusively at Starbucks cafes inside Target stores. Prices for the Frappuccino-based drink start at just under $6. Most of the retail giant's 2,000 locations include a Starbucks, but this is the first time the two companies have teamed up for a holiday drink.
McDonald's holiday pie is returning for a limited time. The treat has a buttery crust that glazes with sugar and features rainbow sprinkles. The pie is also filled with a creamy custard. McDonald's debuted its holiday pie in 1999, quickly becoming a customer favorite. It is not the only classic item that has recently returned. Earlier this week, the McRib also made a comeback in some locations. Still ahead, from tinsels to trees and ribbons to reindeer, Christmas decorations are everywhere.
And they do more than spread Christmas cheer. They can actually boost your health. Find out how when we return.
Your college years aren't just about academics. From college night traditions to local hotspots, there's no shortage of things to do. Every year of your education, Montevallo means more fun and memories along the way.
Welcome back to VBN. It's not even Thanksgiving, but you may already be seeing Christmas decorations all over the place.
For many, it's a trend that starts earlier every year, and as reporter Susan Elizabeth Littlefield found out, it may be good for your health.
The sights, the sounds of November?
It's not right. You have to give Thanksgiving its due respect, right?
We just finished Halloween.
But for some, that means go time.
I plan on decorating very soon, and I might make my house into like a gingerbread house.
Here at the Stillwater shop, it's not even up for discussion.
It's Christmas all year round here.
And Katie Wolfart, the early decorations mean early revenue.
It's been good for business, and surprisingly, our sales are trending just up a little bit year over year.
Thanks to those early tree placements.
So you guys get in the spirit early?
Oh yeah, yeah.
This week I'll put it up. And I have 13 grandchildren. So my 13 grandchildren will decorate the tree.
And they are far from alone. A survey shows 30% of people asked are in full Christmas mode before December 1st. And 60% of adults asked say that people start celebrating the holidays earlier now than when they were kids.
Most people can't talk about the holidays without talking about emotion to some level.
And she would know. Amy Morin wrote this article for Psychology Today about why decorating early is a good thing.
There is research, too, that decorating can help us with collective anxiety. And so when you start to see your neighbors decorating and you start to see people talking about the holidays, it kind of makes us feel like we're all in something together.
And that's why she says this trend got a big boost 5 years ago.
So during the pandemic, we all knew we were in the same situation in terms of having to isolate ourselves. But it felt really good to suddenly be like, but we're all in this together, that it's the holidays. And that's the sort of thing that we want to do, is to start banding together with our communities to talk about the positive things. And overall, research shows it reduces that feeling of collective dread or collective anxiety that we have as a community. So during tough times, we're more likely to start decorating early.
So she says, let the good times roll.
It helps you to become more social, which brings us back to this idea that the more social you are, the happier you are. So there's no reason that you shouldn't decorate.
I love it. Bring out the trees. No shame.
Right?
That was Susan Elizabeth Littlefield reporting. Psychologists also say decorating earlier can help boost people's spirits during darker winter days.
You know, I like Christmas decorations, but I don't like dusting, so I don't really like to decorate myself.
That's like,
it just collects.
That's totally fair. I mean, I definitely feel like when I go to my parents' house, there's definitely more Christmas stuff up earlier than the year prior, and I'm just like, I'm so glad I let you guys handle that, because it would drive me insane, honestly. Next on The Buzz, the Met Gala raises millions for the Met's Costume Institute. Find out the theme for next year's event.
That story and more when Eliza Hyman joins us for The Buzz when we come back. Welcome back to Vallo Vision News.
Plus, anchor Eliza Hyman joins us now with a look at the entertainment and pop culture stories that have us buzzing this week. Eliza, welcome.
Thank you. The Met Gala theme for 2026 has been revealed. It's costume art. Fashion's biggest night will focus on the history of the Costume Institute at the famed Metropolitan Museum of Art. It will showcase the Met's newest exhibition, which threads together 200 works of art with 200 fashion garments and accessories. The gala is a huge fundraiser for the Met's Costume Institute and its only means of raising money. Last year, the gala raked in a whopping $31 million, with tickets reportedly costing some $75,000 each. The exhibition opens May 10th. What do y'all think about the theme?
I think it's pretty interesting. I hope somebody dresses up as Mona Lisa.
I don't know if it's like a $70,000 theme, but I'll be excited to see what people do.
I have better things to spend my $70,000
For sure.
on.
Me too.
Like my Mini Cooper.
Let me hold 10.
Huh?
Let me hold 10.
Whole tent? No.
Aw.
It's safe right now. It's safe right now.
Worth a shot.
Actor Chadwick Boseman will be honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Boseman died in 2020 of colon cancer. He was 43 years old. The ceremony will be held on November 20th. Black Panther director Ryan Coogler and former co-star Viola Davis will speak at the event. Action star Tom Cruise finally got an Oscar. The legendary actor accepted an Academy Honorary Award on Sunday at the Governor's Awards in California. In his acceptance speech, Cruise reflected on his love of cinema, and he paid tribute to everyone who makes films possible. Cruise has been nominated for 4 Oscars over the course of his career, but has never won. Choreographer Debbie Allen and production designer Wynn Thomas were also presented with honorary Oscars for their lifetime of work. In movie news, the Star Trek franchise is about to boldly go where it's never gone before, with the new duo taking command of the next Trek movie. Jonathan Goldstein and John Francis Daley, the filmmakers behind Dungeons & Dragons: Honor Among Thieves, are beaming up to write, direct, and produce a new Star Trek movie for Paramount. It's been nearly a decade since the last big screen Trek film. Finally, this week, we're getting our first look at Disney's new live-action remake of Moana. The teaser trailer dropped Monday. The film stars Dwayne Johnson returning as demigod Maui and features newcomer Catherine Laga-Aya in the new title role. The live-action Moana sails into theaters next July. I'm not caught up with Star Trek, but are y'all looking forward to the new Moana movie?
I mean, it looks beautiful, but it's just the same story, and I feel like that other one just came out.
Yeah, didn't they just release Moana 2?
Yeah, I think so.
Like
yeah.
earlier this year.
Mhm.
They
Yeah.
need to just start making. They need to just start with live action. If they're gonna make it live action,
Get it one and done. Get it over with.
Yeah, just start with the live action. Stop milking it.
Yeah.
Hey, if there's a live action Goofy movie, I'm your guy. I got you.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Remember, there's always more news from our team of reporters on our website, vallovisionnews.com. That's all the time we have for today's show.
Thank you so much for watching. For everyone here at Vallo Vision News, we hope you have a safe and happy Thanksgiving.
Join us again in December for our final newscast of the year.